We're going to look at math support on word problems. A new one-year membership at Roswell Tennis Center cost $160. A registration of $28 is paid up front, and the rest is paid monthly. Okay. How much do new members pay each month? What is the important information that we need? We need the registration fee paid once. We need 12 months in a year. We need $160 total for the membership. So what will our variable represent? So we need to know how much they are paying each month. So we're going to look at M for the cost per month. So we're going to write our equation. We've got the registration fee that's paid one time, so that is $28, plus the monthly cost per year. Well, we know there are 12 months in a year, so 12 times the cost per month, which is M. And then the total cost for 1 year, they told us, was $160. So now we're going to look at solving that equation. So we do that by saying 28 plus 12M equals 160. We always rewrite our equation first so that we have it down on our paper and can work through the steps. So we're going to undo the addition to get the variable by itself. So if 28 is being added, we need to do the opposite and subtract 28 from both sides. On the left side, 28 minus 28, that forms a zero pair and just leaves us with the 12M. 160 minus 28 gives us 132. So now I have the 12 that's being multiplied by M, and I need to undo that to get M by itself. So to undo that, 12 times M, I have to do the opposite. I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 12. 12 divided by 12 leaves me with 1M. Remember, we don't usually write the 1 beside a variable. We just leave the variable by itself. So we have M equals, and then 132 divided by 12 does give me 11. So our question there is, how much do new members pay each month? They pay $11. Jasmine's cell phone company charges her $35 a month for phone service plus 50 cents for each text message. How many text messages does Jasmine send per month if her bill was $52? Okay, so the first thing we have to do is decide what our variable is. So we're going to use T for the number of text messages. We're going to write an equation for T for the number of text messages there. So the first thing we have is the month cost. That's $35. The 0.50 times T, that's 50 cents per text. And then the $52 was the total for her bill. So the monthly cost and the cost per text work together to give her the total cost of her bill. So the first thing we do to solve is to rewrite that equation. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to subtract 35 from both sides. So 35 minus 35 forms that zero pair, and we're just left with 0.50 or 50 cents times T equals 52 minus 35. That's going to be 17. So then we have to take the 0.50 or 50 cents times T. We're going to undo it, and we're going to divide both sides by 50 cents. So 17 divided by 50 cents will give us our answer. Notice that on the left side, 0.50 divided by 0.50. Okay, leaves us with just T. And 17 divided by 50 cents is 34. Caroline's Coffee Shop sells a refill mug for $8.95. Okay, each refill cost $1.50. Last month, Don spent $26.95 on a mug and refills. How many refills did he buy? So we're going to write an equation using R for the number of refills. Okay, so the first thing we have is the refill mug cost. It was $8.95. Then we have the cost per refill. That's the $1.50 times each refill. And then the total was $26.95. So to solve the equation, we're going to rewrite it every time. Okay, we're going to look for something that's added or subtracted. In this case, it's the $8.95. So we're going to subtract $8.95 from both sides. On the left, it does form that zero pair. We're just left with $1.50 times R. And then $26.95 minus $8.95 is $18. So then because the $1.50 is multiplied by R, we're going to undo it by dividing. Divide both sides by $1.50. On the left side, $1.50 divided by $1.50 does leave us with just one R, or just R. And 18 divided by $1.50 does give us 12. So he bought 12 refills from the coffee shop. Elkins Point basketball team purchased equipment and uniforms for a total cost of $912. Okay, the equipment cost $612 and the uniforms were $25 each. How many uniforms did they purchase? So we're going to write an equation for U, the number of uniforms, and we're going to start by saying 612, which is our equipment cost, plus 25 times U, which is the cost of the uniform, equals the total they spent, which was $912. Now we're going to solve. So to solve, we're going to rewrite that equation. 612 plus 25U equals 912. The first thing we're going to do is subtract 612 from both sides. On the left side, that 612 minus 612 does form a zero pair, leaving us with just 25U. 912 minus 612 gives us 300. So then we have 25 times U. To undo that, we're going to divide both sides by 25. On the left, 25 divided by 25 does cancel each other out, leaving just U. 300 divided by 25 does give us 12. So the school bought 12 uniforms. The bill for a repair of a computer was $179. The cost of parts was $44 and the labor charge was $45 per hour. How many hours did it take to repair the computer? Write an equation using 8, the number of hours it took to repair the computer. Okay, so we've got 44 plus 45H equals 179. Okay, $44 is the parts cost plus the cost per hour equals the total cost. So the first step in solving an equation is always to rewrite that equation. We're going to subtract $44 from both sides. On the left, it forms a zero pair, leaving just 45H, and 179 minus 44 does give us 135. So then, because 45 is multiplied by H, we have to undo it by dividing both sides by 45. 135 divided by 45. On the left cancels out, and on the right leaves us with 3. Okay, so it took 3 hours to repair that computer.